So I fall under tax class 1 because I'm single right now. There's a different tax class for married people. And then for mid-level data engineers, it would be around 65,000 euros, and then it can go about 85,000 euros as well. I was a part of Flipkart Girls Wanna Code and Google Engineers Techmakers Fellowship. So initially, I did not know that applying jobs in UK and Europe was an option. So in my experience, the only difference that I found while applying to the companies outside of India is very strong foundation, very strong basics. So most of us actually we overcomplicate the preparation process by just having so many things to do. So in India it would be more technically based, 2 to 3 coding questions, and then you should be able to solve at least 2 of them. So in European countries, so it would be mostly healthy balance between the technical and soft skills.
We all know that if you have cracked a tech job outside India, you are definitely going to get paid really well. And this is one of the most often asked questions from the aspiring data engineers. They are like, Shashank, if we want to crack the data engineering job specifically outside India, then what is the process of it? What all things we need to prepare step by step, how they are going to interview us, how we can get our resume shortlisted, what sort of portfolio we need to create, how the overall process will look like, what will be the CTC structure, how we will get paid, and many other things. Most importantly, how we are going to get such kind of job opportunities. And to answer all these things, I have actually invited someone who has actually done it, and recently she has got a data engineering job in the Berlin. So she will be the best person to answer all such type of queries. So make sure to watch this podcast till the very end. Going to be really informative and helpful for all the aspiring data engineers. Don't forget to share this video with your fellow friends who are targeting the same, and like this video in big numbers to help other folks as well. And let me know in the comment section which is your dream company where you want to work as a data engineer. From Grow Data Skills, a very amazing announcement for all the data professionals. The super sale week has started from 25th of March till 31st of March, and you will be getting super exciting discount offer on all our data courses. And you already know that I have curated well structured, top quality, industry grade, basic to advanced data engineering bootcamp with multi-cloud like AWS, Azure, GCP, along with the latest and modern tech stack like Snowflake, Databricks, data warehousing, Iceberg, Flink, Hoodie, CI/CD, along with 15 to 20 industry grade projects end-to-end deployed on cloud with CI/CD. You can get this kind of quality stuff at a very affordable cost. And let's say you are really interested in the data analytics, we have a dedicated track and the dedicated bootcamps for those. You can get these things as well. Or let's say you are interested in the data science, machine learning, Gen AI, then we have a dedicated track for that thing as well. You can enroll in these type of boot camps. Plus, if you are really interested in the project sections only, then we have a separate track for that one as well. So all these things are open for you for a week from 25th to 31st March. Link has been given in the description, or you can check out www.growdataskills.com. Use the coupon code DATARUSH to get the advantage of this super sale week. If you have any query or doubt, you can definitely call or WhatsApp on this given number on your screen. We will be able to help you. And on Grow Data Skills, we take care of each and every student with the dedicated doubt support and placement assistance, resume, LinkedIn profile and interview preparation, the dedicated doubt support in the private Discord groups, continuous support, and in a very short span of time, we have helped hundreds of students to crack their dream data roles in the dream companies with a package more than 1 CR, 2 CR. You can see all these realistic stats on your screen, and you can definitely check those out. Hurry up and take the advantage of it. All the details have been given in the description. All right, so thank you so much, Sarika, for joining me in this podcast. I'm really excited to have a discussion about your journey in the data engineering and getting the job outside India. So it would be good if you can give a short introduction about yourself, like anything about your education background, where you worked previously and where are you working currently.
Hi Shashank. Thanks for having me here. I am 𝗏𝗏𝗶𝗶 and currently I'm working as a data engineer at Zalando in Berlin, Germany. So it's a fashion e-commerce based company. It's almost been 8 months since I'm working here, and before Zalando, I worked in Providence, India. It's a healthcare based company in Hyderabad. I've joined it through campus placements, and I've done computer science and engineering from BVRIT Hyderabad College of Engineering for Women in 2021.
As you mentioned about like your first job in the analytics, now in the data engineering, and you did your bachelor's from the CS domain itself. So share a bit about your career aspirations during the college time, and after that, like how you got your first job in the data analytics role, stayed out of the college, because as far as I know, at least during my time, it was least likely that companies were visiting for the analytics role. Mostly it was software engineering and that sort of stuff. So, share something about it.
I agree. So actually, I did not hope for data analytics engineer role in particular. To be honest, I have no idea what the domain is about. So actually, my college played a huge role here. So since we are from Tier 2, Tier 3 college, and LinkedIn is not that popular at that time to just understand about all the domains. But like fortunately, I've had the opportunities to be a part of multiple programs through college. So I was a part of Flipkart Girls Wanna Code and Google Tech Makers, Google Engineers Tech Makers Fellowship. So it's actually called as WTF now. So right now it's a 2-year extensive program then. So as a part of multiple programs, I got interest into coding, and then slowly dived into, like, first I started with Python, and then my basics were so strong in college. So Providence, I've entered in Providence through campus placements. But to be honest, then the role given to me was software engineer. Okay. So it was a generic role. In some companies, even now, the base role would be software engineer, and then inside company we would call it as data engineer. So it was in that sort. So I got software engineer role, but then it was just things fell into place. I was put into data analytics department, and then from there I've become senior data analytics engineer.
Okay. So as you mentioned, like during your college time, like since you were from the CSS stream, so that time, what was your actual aspiration? Do you want to pursue in the software engineering typically, like web development and back end, front end, or maybe in your college itself you got the idea about the data analytics and you find it interesting to pursue your career?
I have started actually with multiple things. So
Okay.
I did not have any strong opinion about any domain. So I started, like, my first projects initially were like on Android development, and then one web development project. But during COVID, like I think I was in third year, second semester. So when COVID started, and then I collaborated with a professor to work on women in data science. So it's called a 𝗦ci Datathon. So I collaborated with a professor to work on that. Then I've got to know about the domain and what actually is. So theoretically, I got more interest in big data concepts, though I was not very proficient in practical things. But yeah, my interest, at least towards the end of my BTech, was over the data domain.
Awesome. So, did you any time in your career regret about your decision that no, I should not have been into the data domain?
No, I'm so glad that everything fell into place, and then I went to data domain.
All right, cool. So, since you highlighted about few programs specifically for the females, so I would like this insight from your side. If you can list down any 4 5 most popular programs you followed during your time to get different opportunities, if you can list down, that would help them as well to keep an eye. And how do you get the information and where they can find it? This is also very important.
Okay, sure. So the first program that I was in, it was Flipkart Girls Wanna Code program. So I don't remember exactly the number of women in that program, but then it was through college. So we had 1 to 2 rounds of selection process, and then it was basically like an extensive workshops and extensive program for women to lead on in software world, so that was really helpful. And then the second one was, as I told, Women Tech Makers Engineering Fellowship Program. So that when I joined, it was named as Women Engineers Program. So it was by Talent Sprint, and then it was sponsored by Google. So it was, the information was known to us by college, but then almost 100 women around the India was selected to that, and then it was actually a game changer for me. So I became serious in coding, and then I learned from many smart and brilliant minds there. And still, one more, that is Women in Data Science, which Datathon that I was talking to you about. So it's not like a program, but then it's a competition. So, but there are many frequent catch-ups, frequent workshops being done. I still get emails about that. So it was very informative. You will build a strong community of network there. You will find the like-minded women who had the same career path. So it would be inspirational in that way.
Now moving into your data engineering journey, Sarika. So you have started your career as a data engineer in Germany now. So how did you get these job opportunities and interview calls from such countries? Because like anyone who might aspire to get job outside India, they are like, how can I find these opportunities? How my resume will get shortlisted, and whether even I will get the interview calls or not. So how did you get it?
Okay. So this is the most asked question to me. So the process is very similar to what we do in India. I have reached out people through LinkedIn initially, but I think most of the jobs have applied directly through the company's portals. So initially, I did not know that applying jobs in UK and Europe was an option.
Okay.
But I've seen multiple people on LinkedIn working in Europe. So this was a recent trend going on. And then I have one of my friends who is working in the same company in Zalando. So I've known her through Women Tech Makers Engineering Fellows program. So she was working in Germany. So I just got to know that there are some opportunities and we can apply. That's how I've started applying initially. So it was a marathon. So it's not a one night thing, but I have applied for almost an year. So it was not a consistent one. But then Germany, this is the only company that I've applied to.
Overall, we can say it was all through networking, right, which you built over the period of time in different programs, and plus following and using LinkedIn properly. So the question here, what about the visa and sponsorship, right? So these companies do provide that, or they were like, we are not maybe providing, or we do not have any office in the India, so no opportunities for you.
Few of them do not provide visa sponsorship. So that's better if we just inquire with the hiring manager or the technical recruiter at the beginning if they would provide the visa sponsorship. But fortunately, most of the top MNCs provide visa sponsorship to Indians. So in my case, visa sponsorship was not a big problem. So it's just that it is a time-taking process, but then they do provide it.
Okay, so all the expenses and all those things will be taken care by them.
Visa application fees, we have to take care of it.
Okay.
Yeah, but then they would help us in documentation process, relocation process. So yeah.
Now the important question of this podcast. So anyone who is targeting the data engineer profile in 2025 and aspire to crack jobs outside India, then what kind of ideal step-by-step roadmap they should follow? So via your experience, we want to know that step-by-step, technical skills wise as well, or anything extra you followed, if you can put it as a complete roadmap.
Sure. So in my experience, the only difference that I found while applying to the companies outside of India is very strong foundation, very strong basics. So most of us actually we overcomplicate the preparation process by just having so many things to do. But at least in my case, for junior and mid-level roles, being proficient in one of the programming language, SQL, and knowing the basics of distributed computing, this would help us clear a couple of rounds. So then we would be confident enough to appear for the other rounds. So in my case, that is a major point. So we can start with being proficient in Python, SQL, Java, anything in that case. And then learning the basics of distributed computing, Spark, Kafka, so whatever you're comfortable in. And then understanding end-to-end pipeline design. So even if we are not applying to a senior level role, but they do expect us to just know end-to-end process. So just learning from ingestion to everything till the end to visualization process. And one more thing is how we communicate and just express our thoughts very clearly in the interview. So in most cases, while we are applying to the jobs outside of India, it would be a diverse environment. So we should be comfortable and open-minded to be working with people from across regions. So they would be seeing that adaptability, the communication, and a sense of ownership is also required.
What about maybe cloud and we have been hearing other popular, let's say, platforms, Snowflake, Databricks, or any certifications. So do they also look for these kind of things, or the thing you mentioned in the beginning that would suffice the interview process and we should be able to crack it?
No, so before I was just giving a high level understanding, but then it would be good to know any one of the cloud platforms. It doesn't matter which one, but any one. For junior levels, it might not matter if you are just very proficient in all the cloud concepts. But then it will be very helpful if you are aware of AWS, Azure, or GCP. And then certifications, like at least in my opinion, I feel certifications are better. But then it is about the value that we bring from the certifications. So personally, I have did Databricks certifications, 2 Databricks certifications, and 1 Azure certificate before I was working on Azure and Providence.
You mentioned about your tech stack Azure. So you are primarily working on Azure. So in Zalando as well, they are using Azure or they are using different cloud platform?
They're using AWS now.
Okay, so maybe that was my next follow-up question. How to tackle this question? I mean, do companies prefer those candidates? Let's say I have worked on GCB and they are working on AWS. So still they will shortlist my profile. And if yes, then what would be the reason? I mean, they should prefer someone who should know AWS.
Yeah, I mean, I think it totally depends on hiring manager if they would have the time and then capacity to just allow the person to learn after joining. But I feel in most cases to all the interviews that I applied, that was not the case. So it was not a deal breaker. So we can be proficient in either of the cloud platforms.
Yeah, because most of these cloud platforms have the similar services. So if you are proficient in one, so learning another one would be a matter of 2-3 weeks, not more than that. So I guess that's why companies are a little bit flexible on that side. So Sarika, when we talk about the companies or the job opportunities outside of India, specifically for the data engineer roles, then what is their expectation from a candidate during the interviews? Did you feel any difference when you compare it to the process which happened in India, like how interviewers here in India judge the candidates and how the interviewers, maybe companies outside India, how they judge a candidate and what actual things they look in a candidate?
Actually depends from company to company, but then what I experienced was, so in India it would be more technically based. So 2 to 3 coding questions and then you should be able to solve at least 2 of them. So in European countries, from my experience and from my friends' experience as well, so it would be mostly a healthy balance between the technical and soft skills. So we should be able to communicate our thoughts well, and then the questions also would not be very hard that could not be solved in 1 hour. So it would be on a medium level, at the same time testing our technical skills.
Another very important question, because we know the interview process here, but since you have interviewed at Zalando and maybe other companies outside India, so can you share the detailed interview experience in general you have seen, like how many rounds will be there and the breakdown of it in terms of the question and the technical things they will be asking on? It would be very helpful for them to prepare.
The interview process, it was around 5 to 6 rounds.
Wow.
The first round was yeah.
And how
The
much
first
overall
round,
experience? 2-3 years of experience, right?
when I applied, I had around 2 years of experience.
For 2 years, 5 to 6. Okay.
The first round was a standard coding test that we do in India as well, a codility test or in a similar platform. We can expect around 2 to 3 SQL and then DSA based questions. So the level is SQL easy or medium. Okay. And then the second round was hiring manager round. So it was a in general discussion about my previous experience and if my expectations and their expectations match, and what is the tech stack that I worked on, what are the projects that I worked on, and it was also followed up by an easy level DSA problem.
Okay.
And then the third round was a proper coding round. So it was a live coding round with 2 of the engineers with 40 to 50 minutes time, and I have to solve 2 problems. So that was in a medium level. So the next round is system design round. So the expectation, at least for junior and then mid-level engineers, is not to answer all the questions but to be aware of the concepts, how the scalable systems are built. So and then how we approach a problem, what are the parameters that we take in while answering a question. So that is a system design round. And then I had one bar raiser round. So that is an in general discussion of how all the rounds went, and it's more tested on how will I fit the team and how will I adapt to the team needs, what are the expectations, and that's it. Yeah.
Okay, so bar raiser was the last round.
Yeah, I mean, we can expect one technical recruiter round, but at the time of me interviewing, it was a holiday season. So it was December, and then I had a informal conversation with a technical recruiter. But then ideally that round would be the first one to understand the salary expectations and so on. So sorry if I missed, but then salary expectations in most of the European countries or in UK, it would be done in the first itself before hiring manager round. So it would be very beneficial to the candidates if they want to proceed or not.
Yeah. So do they ask for like current salary or something, or they just simply talk about we have this much of budget and what is your expectation?
For me, they did not ask my current salary. They just told me that these are the salary bands we have in our company, and this is the maximum amount that you could get. And like if you are not actually, like every company has its own internal structure based on how we perform. So, but that detailed transparency was very beneficial.
Yeah, and here it's like quite reverse. So the first conversation starts from what is your current salary, so that they will move forward with the interview or not. Yeah, I guess cool. Maybe just a small follow-up question. You talked about 2 things. One was the system design, and you also mentioned the DSA part quite some time. So what was the level of DSA question? Like somebody should have like competitive programming level understanding, or just easy medium is good enough? And same for the system design. Did they ask typical system design question like design of WhatsApp or something, or it was related to data pipelining?
For the coding round and the live coding round and the codility test that I gave before, so both are on easy and medium level in lead code. So maybe till stacks, queues, we can expect till there. But then I did not encounter any instance where dynamic programming is asked. So yeah, that would be tough to solve it in 40 minutes of time. So about your other question, the system design round. So it was not like a typical software engineer system design round, and data engineer system design resources are also very limited on the internet, if you found. Yeah, so actually I have used your videos as well while preparation, and then
I'm glad that somehow this information I have on my channel in form of the podcast, it has helped you to get some idea.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, because the reason was software engineer system design rounds would be very different from that of data engineers. And then there are not enough resources, but just getting a high level understanding is what helped me. I read some blogs and then watched few videos while preparing for system design. So it was a typical proper data engineering system design round.
Cool, cool. Good to know that. Okay, so moving on to next thing. I guess everything will start from the resume shortlisting. So this is the next important question I want to ask. Any special tips or secret strategies you want to share for the resume preparation so that all the aspiring data engineers who are watching this video can follow it and also get these tempting job opportunities?
For resume preparation round, at least for shortlisting the resume. So, what helped me most was, so I was a senior data analytics engineer before. So, this profile of analytics engineer is quite new, and I was applying for data engineer as well as data analytics engineer positions. So, I tailored my resume when I was applying to data engineer as well as analytics engineer, and based upon the job descriptions that they provide. That is one thing. And the other thing is I tried my best to keep it very simple and concise, and just not overloading it with information. And I quantified most of the points that I wrote about my previous experience in Providence. Other than that, as we talked before, certifications, I feel at least at the first glance, certifications really help.
Okay.
So yeah, I added my certifications as well. But for data engineering domain specifically, I feel tailoring resume helps.
Okay, like keep it dynamic, just keep on changing like the way you are applying
Yeah.
for the position.
At least 2 to 3 resumes for all the three to four positions that we see.
Okay, so next question about the work-life balance, Sarika. So you have been working there, you have worked here as well. So what differences you have seen so far in terms of the work-life balance of the corporate employees in European countries, and any is like a special perk or a specific thing you want to highlight to generate more curiosity among the aspiring data engineers?
Fortunately, the first company that I worked with, that's Providence, it had a great work-life balance. So my bar and expectations were set high, but it is actually matched with Zalando as well. So work-life balance is so great here, and then people value our time. Flexible working hours are present, and it's we do not in general nobody works after 5 or 6 p.m. So that actually helps most people have personal life as well. So that is one thing. And the major reason actually I moved here was to explore diverse cultures. So at least in Europe, Indians are very few here, so we can experience that diverse cultures here. We would be working with multiple people, very brilliant minds across the world, so it would be great here. And then coming to perks, so obviously I'm working in a fashion e-commerce firm, so we would have vouchers for it, so employee vouchers, and then subsidies on public transport, gyms, and wellness programs are very common here. So in most of the companies, the same would be followed.
All right. So just last question for the podcast, Sarika. That is about the compensation. So what is the average pay scale for the data engineer role, and considering your experience level, which is between 2 to 3 years of experience? So how is it in the European countries?
Okay, so actually compensation here varies by country and by city as well. So because few cities here are costlier in compared to the other ones. For junior data engineer levels, the salary range from 45,000 euros to almost 60,000 euros.
Okay.
And then for mid-level data engineers, it would be around 65,000 euros, and then it can go about 85,000 euros as well. And then for senior data engineers, it would be from 80 to above 80,000 euros.
And how about the taxation? I mean, like, there is a straight fixed band, like 20%, 30%, or it is like India as well? If it's 15 LPA, then 10% or so on.
No, actually, here we do have tax classes. So I fall under tax class 1 because I'm single right now. So if there's a different tax class for married people, and there's a different taxation structure if people have children. So there are different tax classes.
All right, cool. Very interesting conversation, Sarika. So this is good, very informative. I hope a lot of people who are watching, specifically the aspiring data engineer, got the idea that how they can get these type of amazing job opportunities outside India. So from my side and from the entire audience side, a very, very big thanks to you that you took your time and came here to share your experience. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me here. So the reason I'm here is also because I used your resources for my interview preparation.
very glad.
So I hope somebody gets benefited from this as well. And like if anybody has the questions, they can reach out to me on LinkedIn.
So that is what I had for all of you in this amazing podcast. I'm pretty sure you have enjoyed this entire conversation with Sarika, and her insights will definitely help you to crack the jobs specifically for the data engineer role outside India. So if you find it insightful, make sure to give it a like, or if you're new to the channel, then make sure to hit the subscribe button and press the notification icon for such insightful podcast and technical data related content. And again, don't forget to leverage the Super Sale Week on Grow Data Skills for all data engineering courses, data science courses, AI, ML, Gen AI, data analytics, and projects only boot camps. Everything is going to be super affordable for all of you. Make sure to visit www.growdataskills.com. Link has been given in the description. You can use the coupon code DataRush to take advantage of this Super Sale Week. And you can always call us or drop a WhatsApp message on this given number if you have any query or any doubt. We will be able to help you. So that is what I had for all of you. I'll be meeting you really soon with another amazing podcast. Till then, just take care and bye-bye.